If you are learning cybersecurity to become a SOC analyst right now, you are probably focused on tools, labs, and certifications. And while those things are important, there is one skill that almost every beginner overlooks. It's not flashy, it's not technical, but it could directly affect how you're perceived by hiring managers and even your peers. The skill? Documentation. In this video, I'll explain why documentation is one of the most underrated skills as a SOC analyst and how you can start practicing it right now. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, hello, my name is Steven and I've been working in cybersecurity for almost a decade, mainly within the security operations domain. On this channel, you will find videos about career guidance, lab walkthroughs, and SOC related projects that you can tackle and put on to your portfolio. With that said, let's talk about documentation and why skipping it could hold you back. When people think about SOC analysts, they think about tools, alerts, and threat detections. But what's often missing is the skill of clearly communicating what you had just found. Because in a real SOC, finding something is only half the job. The other half is documenting it clearly so others can understand it, trust it, and take action on it. Here is what a good documentation will look like. You'll have a clear summary of what triggered the alert, what you investigated and why, the timeline of events, and supporting evidence such as logs, screenshots, and IOCs, aka indicators of compromise. Lastly, you'll have recommendations, aka next steps. Basically, you'll want to think of yourself as a detective, and you kind of are. You're building up a case file not just for yourself, but for your team, your manager, and sometimes even legal or even compliance teams. Now, as a junior SOC analyst, that is probably not likely, but you get the point. And the case file needs to be written in a way that anyone can understand it. Now, here's what most beginners do. They skip documenting their process. They rely on screenshots with no explanation. They leave out key details like timestamps or time zones, user accounts, and even impact. Or they might write notes that only they can understand. Now, that might be okay in your lab, but in a SOC, it breaks down pretty quickly because someone else might have to pick up where you left off. And if your documentation is vague, unclear, or missing key context, then you'll likely lose credibility. So, how do you get better at this? You'll want to start practicing structured reporting even in your own lab. Use a simple format. For example, findings, what did you uncover? Summary, what happened in plain English? 5 W's, 1 H, who, what, when, where, why, and how, as much as you can answer. And finally, recommendations. What should happen next? If you use this format consistently, two things will happen. One, you will get better at thinking through your investigations. And two, you'll build up a habit of professional report writing, which will help you in interviews, as the more you write down, the more you actually remember. And the more that you remember, the better you can talk about it. This is also something that you can add onto your portfolio as well. And here's the bonus. You don't need a SOC job to start building the skill. Create yourself a home lab and simulate an alert. Write a one-page report, share it on LinkedIn or GitHub, and rinse and repeat. So if you've been skipping out on documentation, thinking that it's not worth the time, this is your reminder that it's one of the most valuable skills that you can possibly develop. And the earlier you build it, the more professional that you'll sound in every conversation, report, and interviews moving forward. So if you have started documenting your own investigations or even projects, let me know in the comment section down below. What's one thing that you've learned from that process? That is it for the video, and I hope that you found that informative. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.